Michonne is already here, ready to do business. She ready. I love it. I love it. Great morning, everybody. Great morning. It's good to see everybody in the room. Do me a huge favor if you're just coming in and this is your first time with us on Breakfast with the Brookses. What I want you to do is I want you to put first time in the chat. If this is your first time joining us, put first time in the chat. We certainly want to be able to greet you personally. We also would like you to chime in with where you are tuning in from. Where in the world are you tuning in from? We certainly would want to know where in the world you're coming from. That way we know that where we're reaching, how far around the globe we're reaching. So, Michonne, good to see you. She laughing out loud. Today is going to be a great day today. We've got Sheri back on board, so I'm excited about that. We're going to go live here. We got a lot of content to go over today, babe. I'm excited. You got your coffee ready? You good?
Yep. I'm back. I'm back.
What are you doing, babe? You dancing?
They can't see me.
They can't see you dancing. Oh, that's what it is. You typing stuff. Let me go ahead and make this thing go away so they can see you because you're doing the most right now. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
Good morning.
So Sheri is up here doing the most. What's going on, everybody? Great morning.
Hey,
Great morning. Great morning.
Good morning.
What's up, love? Good to see you. Listen,
Good morning,
it is freezing here in Hampton Roads. It's not even godly. This is not right. It should not be this cold in Virginia Beach.
There's a nor'easter.
I don't care if it's a nor'easter, southeaster, westeaster.
It'll be 60 degrees in 2 days. Calm down.
See, that's the truth. That's the truth, right? Here's what you know about Hampton Roads. You can factor on this. Give it time and the weather will change, right? Give it time and the weather will change.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Jermaine.
What's up, Jermaine? What's up? Let's go ahead and get Instagram started, guys, while we're allowing everybody to come in the room. And we're going to get started. We're going to get this party started.
Good morning, Dr. Barton.
Dr. Barton is in the building. I love it. Y'all been cutting up lately, Tori. Great morning, Instagram. What's happening, guys? Welcome to Breakfast with the Brookses Instagram.
In Georgia, too. Ooh.
Welcome to Breakfast with the Brookses YouTube live. Guys, for those of you guys who are just jumping in, if this is your first time on with us, my name's Glenn P. Brooks Jr. I'm an author, I'm a speaker, I'm a coach, and this lovely light-skinned young lady with the whipstick on.
Sheri Brooks Jr., author, speaker, relationship, and life balance coach, and it's great to be with you guys this morning on this lovely, dreary outside, cold day, but it's a great day. It's a great day to be alive, and we want to welcome you guys to Breakfast with the Brooks this morning.
So, guys, I'm going to give y'all a disclaimer. If you guys hear the wind whipping and it sounds like the windows
are about to shatter,
it's because it sounds. It is.
It's really windy.
So we live on the top floor of our building, and I promise you, every now and then it feels like the whole building is swaying. So if y'all hear some ruckus going on, it feels like that the windows are going to come crashing in. Good morning, Karen. Good morning. So, babe, today we're going to talk about a subject that I think that is very, very, very important,
and Instagram.
And I think it's going to be super dope. So I missed you last week. What happened to you last week? Why weren't you here? You were absent without leave.
I was there. I was behind you. I was working.
Oh yeah. That's right.
We were preparing for our event.
Yeah, we were. So last week, guys.
They saw me. I was in the back of the screen.
That's right.
The lady in the background.
Yeah. I forgot. I'm tripping. So last week we were at High Calling Ministries.
Mm-hmm.
Super excited. Shout out to Pastor George Hawkins and the entire High Calling Ministries family for hosting what was the Finish Strong Building, a business builder event that we did for the MAPS Masterclass. It's an intensive that Sheri and I host every quarter. We take a group of entrepreneurs who really want to level up their business and teach them how to do some things online to help sustain and grow their business. And so we were excited to do a live event last week. Super amazing event. Got a chance to spend some time with some entrepreneurs. And we broadcasted live Breakfast with the Brookses there. So that was super amazing, and we had a great opportunity to do that. So that's why you were missing in action.
Right. Can you do me a favor? Can you slide that over closer to the computer?
I can.
I'm not looking.
I can. I have to be really careful because it's about to slide off of the thing, so I got to be careful. But yes, I can. Is that better?
Yes, so I'm not looking cross-eyed.
Okay, so you're not so much so cross-eyed. Okay, awesome. So Instagram, if you are on for the very first time and you're chiming in, do me a huge favor, say first time. Also, do me a favor and give us your government name if you're on here and your government name ain't on here. We'd like to greet people a little bit more personally. If y'all are ready for this information, do me a favor, put ready in the chat. Do me a favor, YouTube Live, if y'all can subscribe to the channel, guys. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers for you guys on Instagram. Hey, Carla, good to see you. I think from the ATL, good to see you, Carla. For Instagram, go to our link in the bio, click the link in the bio, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the year. We got about 7 weeks before the year ends, right around that time. And hopefully we can we're right around 430 people or so. And so I'm excited. I'm hoping that maybe we can get to 500. No magic thing happens at 500. We just wanted to be able to go into 2020.
500 is the magic
500
number.
is just a magically rounding sounding number. So let's do this real quick. Let's go ahead and get into this content, babe. We have been talking about for the last couple of weeks, George and I finished up last week, dealing with the 5 stages of friendship. And we've been talking about is friendship needed in marriage? Is friendship needed in order to make a relationship grow? And I want y'all to chime in. Do you think that friendship is needed in order for relationships to grow long term, particularly marriages? Do you think that that's needed? And that's something that we've been dealing with over the last couple of weeks.
Oh, you asked me a question?
Yes, that's a question. Come on, babe. Come on.
Yes, I definitely think that friendship is needed. I think that it is one of the key components. I think that in order to have true intimacy in your relationship, I think you have to be friends. I think that there is a certain level of intimacy that comes with friendship that in other relationships, like if you think about just people that you're associates with, your co-workers, there's a level of intimacy that you do not have with them because you're not really friends. And it always is interesting to me because people will say, oh, this is like kids do it all the time. Everybody their friend. They say everybody, that's my friend, that's my friend, that's my friend. Because they don't really understand the true definition of friendship. But even adults do that. You'll notice like people even on their jobs will be like, yeah, we friends, but y'all only spend time at work. Mm-hmm. And they're not involved in the intimate details of your personal life. Mm-hmm. They're just... they're work friends. Like people that have work husbands, work wives, which I think is crazy. But in that small, I mean, even though we do spend a large portion of our day at work or in school. So you're around these people for a significant amount of time, but there's not that level of intimacy that there should be in your relationship with your spouse, with your children. Right. Because that relationship goes to another level. It's beyond just that associate level relationship. So
Sheri went a little deeper than I anticipated, which no worries because I want to back up real quick. What's up, George? Good to see you. Just chime in. Jackie, good to see you chiming in. Michonne is going ham on the chat. I love it. Shanae, good to see you. Thanks for chiming in. Karen, representing from Hampton Roads, Virginia Beach. Good to see you in the building. Again, guys, do me a favor. Share this out with as many people. If you're on Instagram, hit the arrow button at the bottom of the screen. YouTube, y'all already know what the deal is. Y'all share this out to as many people as you can. If you're just coming in the room, this is Breakfast with the Brookses. My name is Glenn P. Brooks Jr. This is my wife, Sheri Brooks, and we are coaches. We have an online relationship academy, guys, called MAPS, Marriages and Parenting Successfully. I popped up the link in the chat right here for you on YouTube, and I want you guys to do me a favor, put that in the chat on Instagram. It's www.thecrcoach.com, and it's in that relationship academy where we drill down on these principles that we're going to talk about today, and we unpack them so that you understand. Today we're just going to kind of skim over some things that's going to help you be able to grow your relationships. But the real nuts and bolts, Sheri, and I like to help people understand that the Cliff Notes is not enough. Right. What we talk about here is general.
Right. It's very surface.
It's very surface because it's not going to speak to your specific scenario. You could probably take many of these principles and apply it, but here's what you don't have here. You don't have accountability.
Right.
And you do not have the ability to rub lives with people and thus work this stuff out with another person, and you don't have support.
Right, and I think that that's one thing that, a lot of us subscribe to that old adage, what goes on in this house stays in this house. And I think the thing that we fail to realize that in order to have a successful relationship or to be successful in any area of your life, you need other people's perspective.
You do.
You need to be able to allow other people to be able to see the blind spots, the areas that you can't see because you're in the middle of it.
100%.
So there are things that you can't see, and when you don't allow other people into your relationship, now they got to be people that got some sense. They got to be people that can provide you wise
Make sure they got sense.
But especially with relationships, when you are in a community with other people that are on the same path.
Yeah.
They're all striving toward having healthy, functional relationships.
We call that a tribe.
Right. You're able to glean from one another. You're able to add value to one another. You're able to get other people's perspective. And it's a no judgment zone. I mean, we all go through stuff. We all got our issues. But you're able to get a piece that you wouldn't get if it's just you and your boo by yourself.
Yep.
And you don't get a perspective from other people. And one thing, like Glenn said, there's a level of accountability. So if I say that I want to switch up in this area in my relationship, I realize that, my mouth is a little toxic and I need help with that.
Ooh.
I get to now put that out to a group of other women that can now hold me accountable. They can challenge me and be like, so was that the way you said that? Did you really need to say it that way?
Right, absolutely. And the same way with the guys. Right. In other words, I don't get to just sound off and just be a lone ranger. And now I have people I can check in with and check off to say, listen, how does this sound? Does this make sense? So if you are looking for a community where you want to grow your relationships, specifically in a direction that causes it to grow long term in a healthy way, come on and grow with us in the MAPS Relationship Academy. You can find us at www.thecrcoach.com. Do me a favor, click the link, sign up for a free discovery session. We'll spend about 15 minutes together, and it's there where we will figure out if we are a match, and then we can tell you how we can grow together from there. Enough of that. Want to talk a little bit about today's topic, guys. We're going to get into this whole idea, baby, of intimacy and where it comes from. Before we do that, I want to kind of recap. We talked about 5 levels of friendship and the 5 stages of friendship. And really quickly, I want to move through what they have been. And we've talked about this for the last 2 weeks. Number 1, I want you to put this in the chat, is the strangers stage. That's stage number 1, where you are strangers. This is the stage where you just meet each other. You really don't know each other. And you're clear. I don't know you, but it's where you are willing to get to know a person because you're willing to admit that you don't know them. This is the stage where you don't take things for granted. Number 2 is the casual friends stage. Casual friends stage. This is really, really important. This is the stage where literally you begin to get to know one another. I often tell people this is the stage where I know of you.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I'm going to skate through these really quickly, baby, and then we're going to go back and chime in on this. So that's also the acquaintance stage. Many people will say, well, I don't have a bunch of friends. But I do have a ton of acquaintances, right? This is that stage where you really, it's a surface kind of friendship in the sense that you know of each other, you're good with each other, you're cool, you probably work together, maybe at the same company, probably not the same department. You may go to the same school. You may not be in the same class.
Right.
That kind of person, you know of that person. The next stage, guys, and again, I'm quickly moving through this. If you want to know more and you want to hear us go through the details, do me a favor, subscribe to our YouTube channel and go back and check out the replay because we really went deep in this over the last 2 weeks. George Hawkins and we pulled this apart last week, and Sheri and I dealt with it the 2 weeks ago as well. So it really will help you. Stage number 3, guys, is the casual friend stage. This is the stage where we talk about the stage where the I know you stage, right? This is the stage where it's called the I know you stage. So stage number 1 is the stranger stage. Stage number 2 is the acquaintance stage. Stage number 3 is the casual friend stage. It's the stage where I now know you. This is the stage where you begin to say things like, you're engaging people enough to be able to say, okay, I actually know this person. We meet more frequently. We meet outside of work. Maybe now, instead of going to the same school, we're in the same class. Maybe instead of working at the same company, we're actually in the same department. Maybe we work on the same team, maybe the same project. So we actually are getting to know one another. Now, the next stage is stage 4, which is the close friend stage. This is the stage rarely do people make it to. This is the stage where you get to, and I'm going to be dead real, I'm going to slow down just a little bit. This is the stage where even people who are married sometimes don't get to. This is the stage where you say, I understand you. I can't tell you how often as relationship coaches, Sheri, we run into couples who have been married 10, 15, 20 years. Who utter the words, I don't understand him.
Right. And I think that's because they have not taken the time to invest in being friends.
And we're going to talk about that component relative to intimacy. I need y'all to ride with us for a second. Before and after 357. Good to see you on Instagram. Do me a favor, IG. Drop us your government name. Your good government name. So that
city and
state, because we want to know exactly who we're talking to. Want to identify you. Certainly want to make this as personable as possible. Want to be able to engage you guys on a personal level. Guys, this is critical. I think it's disheartening to live with people who you actually can say with great certainty out of your mouth that after 10, 15 years of living with people that you do not know them. That's disheartening.
Right.
That's enough to make people quit. Listen, I was married for 12 years prior to Sheri, and I can promise you my ex-wife could say after 10 years she didn't know me. She could absolutely say that. You know why? Because here was the sad truth. I didn't know me. So here's what I know to be true. If I don't know me, you can best believe you're not going to know me. Yes, ma'am. Come on.
And also, I think what happens a lot of times is that we get into relationships, and you've put your best foot forward. You've put on this persona of who you want them to see, and you never let them, during the dating period, during the courting, you never let them see the real you, and so you have to maintain this image now throughout the relationship. And you look up. This is where you've been in a relationship with somebody for 5, 10 years. You've been eating Chinese food because that's what they like. And then one day you just be like, you know what? I don't like Chinese food. And they like, huh?
I know that's super surface, but that's deep.
Right. But it's like you go along with things to get along because that's what they want.
Yep.
But you're not being your authentic self.
Yep.
So you look up 10 years later. Now you're tired of putting on this persona, and now you want to let the real you out. And they're like, who the heck is that?
That's a problem.
Who are you?
That's a problem.
Where did this person come from? Oh, I've been here all along, but I just wasn't letting you see that because that's not what you wanted.
Yep, absolutely. So, guys, real quickly, we're marching down, and we're just recapping right now. If you're just jumping in for the last 2 weeks, we've been talking about the 5 stages of friendship. If you want to get those teachings in their entirety, please catch the replays on our YouTube channel. For Instagram, click the link in our bio. You can go check out the full replays. Same way for YouTube. Again, just go to the channel, check out the replays. But stage number 5 is the intimate friend stage. This is the stage where you're connected soul to soul. Put that in the chat. Connected soul to soul. Let me say so that you're super clear when we say soul, what are we talking about? Babe, when I'm connected to you soul to soul, what that simply means is that I'm connected to you spirit, soul, and body. I'm connected to you in the area of your mind, your will, and your emotions. Mentally, we're connected. I'm connected to who you are, your will, who you are, what you want, what you desire. Your needs. I'm connected to you there. I'm connected to your emotions. What what gets you going, what excites you, what pisses you off, what bothers you, what makes you upset, what makes you happy. The things not necessarily making you happy, but what gets you excited. Things. So I'm connected. There are very few people.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, let me help you guys understand this real clearly. I honestly believe that you should have 2 or 3 people in your life in several areas
Mm-hmm.
that you're connected to on this level. One of them should be your spouse, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 or 4 brothers right now in my life and have had for the last 20 some years, in some cases 30 years, who I'm connected to at this stage 5 level, soul to soul.
And sometimes it doesn't even take that long.
No, it doesn't.
Right.
No, but I'm just saying over the years, I've developed these kinds of relationships that I've maintained over the years that have served me and for me to have served them, where I literally have been able to pull on them for all these years, but they know me.
Right.
And I know them and we're able to benefit one another.
Right.
What do you mean when you say it doesn't take that long? What was in your mind?
Let me say this first. And this is often identified when people say when they're in a relationship and the person can finish their sentences. But it's deeper than that. It's more than just being able to finish a sentence. I know what you want, or I know your, and this is going to sound weird. It's like I know your thoughts. I know where you're going with something because I know you that well. So if a situation happens, I already know how you're going to respond or how you're going to deal with it or how you're going to want to handle it because I know you that well.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no guessing. So I can pretty much, I know that if something happens, this is how we're going to respond. And I said that saying that sometimes it happens quickly because you developed a friendship with somebody not too long ago. And you guys, it's weird because it's like you guys have this soul to soul connection like y'all have known each other all your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about Pastor George. It's weird seeing the two of you together. It's like you guys are so in sync with each other, but there's a soul connection. And one thing I want to say too, for my spiritual people, we're not talking about a soul tie that's established
through any physical means.
Intimacy.
Yeah,
that's not what we're referring to because that does not equate to a soul to soul connection.
No,
that's something different.
We're not talking about that.
That does not mean that you have an intimate friend.
No,
you had a physical intimacy.
That's something altogether
a physically intimate relationship with that person.
Oh, you connected
soul tie.
Yeah,
but that's not what we're talking about in regard to a friendship.
No, not at all.
That does not equate to friendship.
No, that's a whole nother talk. And I get it. However, what Sheri is talking about has everything to do with the building blocks. I want y'all to put that in the chat. Mm-hmm. The building blocks of a sustainable relationship where friends are concerned. When you start talking about it not taking that long, and this is something that we teach in our singles community. We have a group coaching environment for singles. We have 5 different group coaching platforms that we do online in our relationship academy. One of them is for singles who want to get married. And one of the things that we often teach our singles who want to get married is that when you date or when you connect with people based on what you like versus what you value, you are pretty much guaranteeing a short-lived relationship because likes change. Values typically don't. Values evolve. Mm-hmm. Likes change.
Right.
Values evolve or become tempered or mature over time, mm-hmm. and ebb and very slowly. They evolve very slowly and they don't differ from they don't make hard lefts and rights. Mm-hmm. But likes do. You like very different things than you did 4, 5, 6 years ago.
Right.
You like very different music than you did 20 years ago. You like very different foods than you did when you were a child, right? But the things that you valued as a kid, I promise you as an adult, you still value those things today. Mm-hmm. If you valued integrity as a child, you still value those things. Mm-hmm. And so what we're telling people is that when you lead with what you value, mm-hmm. you make a connection quicker,
right?
Soulishly. And so therefore it helps to build the blocks for longevity quicker, and so therefore now you're starting to work on the things that matter. And I'm dealing with a lot. I don't have the time to really unpack that, guys. But that's what Sheri is talking about. That sometimes it doesn't take. That's because at 53 years old, I'm very clear on what I value.
Right.
So I don't make connections today based upon things I like very much. I make connections today in business, in ministry, in finances, in health, and I typically make my connections or make the decisions based upon what I value. So I want to talk about, and that's a sidebar. Just wanted to clear that up because I'm thinking that somebody's thinking, what did that mean? But I want to talk a little bit about a poll that I put out last Tuesday on Facebook, and I want to go to, and here's the question of the day for you guys that are on the chat. And I want y'all to start chiming in. Some of you guys may have chimed in, and I'm going to read a couple. Again, if you want to catch those 5 stages of friendships that we did, go to our YouTube channel, catch the full replay. I hope I was able to help you guys in the recap. But today we're going to kind of build. Great to see you, Jeremiah. Good to see you, brother. Tell Tierra we said, hey, I hope y'all enjoyed y'all time in Toronto. I was so excited for you guys. So real quick, what does intimacy mean to you? Put it in the chat. There's no right or wrong answer. I don't want you to Google it. I don't want you to look it up. This is not some defined, pat answer definition.
Right. There's no right or wrong
There's
answer.
not right or wrong. What does intimacy mean to you? And the reason why I want people to define it for themselves, babe, is because this typically is the level of intimacy that they'll grow to. Does that make sense?
Yes.
When I define intimacy for myself, that becomes the benchmark. And if I don't grow what I believe it is, then I won't look to achieve certain things, or I won't begin to try and figure out how to achieve that level of intimacy. And I think that one of the things that most people do is that they see intimacy in other people. They can't obtain it because they don't know how to get there, because quite frankly, I think they're looking for the wrong things. And I think that they're caught up with what they see, not what it took to get to where those people are.
Right.
And so I want to talk about that. And one of the things that one person put, who I asked this question last Tuesday, I put out on Facebook, somebody said trust. They believe that intimacy meant trust. Somebody else said the ability for someone to feel your sincerity and care for them in all that's between you. I like that. I like that. Karen said connection. Karen said connection. Appreciate that, Renee. Appreciate that, Renee. Michonne said sense of closeness through a connection of the heart and soul. I like that. I like that. I like that. Anybody else?
Somebody on Instagram said deepness on all levels.
I like that. Before and after. I like that. What's your government name before and after? I'm going to scroll down. Did you put that in the chat somewhere else? Listen, I love it. I love it. Lakeisha Hargraves from Atlanta. I love it. I love it. Guys, do me a favor. Answer the question. What does intimacy mean to you? Sheri, let me say this. I think that intimacy is one of those core components that if it's not in a relationship, the relationship is in trouble. And I think that unfortunately people call intimacy things that it's not. And so do me a favor, talk to me a little bit about your thoughts around that idea.
Well, first I want to share what my idea. And for me, intimacy is, I'm trying to think how to word this. It's a feeling, it's being able to be my authentic self, being free enough to be me and be accepted by you or whoever I'm in a relationship with. It's an ability to be authentic. That there's a level of intimacy when I feel safe enough to be me. That's a level of intimacy. That means that I have an intimate relationship with you, because there are, not everybody necessarily gets to know me to that degree. And so when I'm in a relationship with somebody and I'm able to truly be my authentic self, no holds barred, just I'm not ashamed of, anything. I'm able to be free to be me. That's when I'm truly in an intimate relationship with somebody.
I love it.
And there are different levels of that.
I love it.
With different friends.
I love it. I love it. What's going on, Tony Rossi, Chi-Town? Listen, I'm not going to complain about the wind. I'm sure it's windier than it is here in the Windy City. Tony says intimacy to me is the deepest level of both personal and romantic connection. I love that, Tony. One of the things, guys, and we're going to unpack this over the next couple of weeks, is that I think that there is a component where intimacy is concerned that people are going to attempt to nurture their intimacy, but they're doing it in a way that I honestly think that is that's causing them to sort of not obtain what they really want. So if I read all of these answers, one of the things that I keep coming away with, and I hear it in all of these responses, yours, Tony's, Karen's. Deborah just said intimacy means accepting people's strengths and weaknesses, being non-judgmental. Yolanda Mitchell said a couple of days ago on Facebook, she said sweet texts throughout the day, complimenting, flirting, laughing, enjoying each other's company, and all those kinds of things. I think more than anything else, what people are saying is that intimacy really means just this pureness. It's a closeness. And it has absolutely nothing to do with being physical.
Right, no.
Would y'all agree?
Yeah, it has nothing.
Would everybody agree? Thumbs up. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put a 2 in the chat if you disagree. Or a thumbs down if you disagree. That intimacy has absolutely nothing to do with being physical. Absolutely. It's not about, for us guys, I'm sure many of us think on some level that it's about sex. Or touching, or the physicalness. I think that's a component of it, but I really don't think that that's the crux at all. Talk to me, guys. Tell me if you agree. And the reason why I'm going, and I'm taking my time on purpose, I'm going somewhere, guys, because I think that unfortunately, and Sheri, as a man, I think that our culture has duped us. Culturally, I think that we have been sold a bill of goods into believing that intimacy is something that is absolutely not. And that as a result of that, we have been led down a road that it's been very difficult to come back from. And as a result, I think that we have birthed a bunch of men and have given birth to a culture of people, men and women, who believe that it has something to do with something that it absolutely has nothing to do with.
Right.
And I think as a result, our families are having great difficulty with staying close.
Right. And I think that, I think you're right. I think that our culture today, because it's so sexually inundated, it's so visual, it's so, everything is sex. And I think that men are raised to believe that, physical affection is one of men. Well, it's a man's need. Men do need physical affection, but
100%. I'm not discrediting that.
But men, when you're in a relationship with a woman, you also have to realize that their number one need is emotional intimacy. And so, for a woman, and I always love you make the statement often that you know how to touch me without touching me. Because you've learned how to have an intimate relationship with me without the physical part. Because through your words, through your actions, you're able to display intimacy to me without the physical touch. And in your doing that, you typically get the physical.
Oh,
But that,
I more than typically
a woman has to be primed.
I never thought that I'd have to say, I'm not ready.
A woman needs to be touched.
I'm not ready.
A woman has to be primed.
Can I get a rain check? Lord
emotionally. And I'm using the word primed on purpose. A woman has to be primed emotionally and intellectually to be physically intimate.
Right.
But because of the way the society has been set up, the way the society portrays women, the negative images, the sexual images, it has taught men that's, we're just this thing to be conquered.
Yeah.
But that's not intimacy.
Not at all.
For a woman at all. A woman can go without having sex and still be intimate with you.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't equate the physical part with your being intimate with her.
Please stop right there. That's the game right there, guys. I need y'all to hear that part. She does not equate. So I'm talking about intimacy, and over the next couple of weeks, we're going to deal with what is it, how do you obtain it, is it possible to grow it, and where do I take it from there? What is intimacy? Is it possible to obtain it, and can I grow it? And then where do I take it from there? Let me tell you why that's important, babe. We have been married. January will be 21 years in a row, and I'm excited that I never imagined that. I had a great conversation with Deidre, my ex-wife, a couple of days ago. We were just talking, just chopping it up about some things relative to Thanksgiving and some things, and we're all making plans and trying to work some things out. And I realized that we're friends today. Now, quick backstory: my ex-wife and I, we knew each other. We've known each other since we were children. Our families have a rich history together. My mother met my ex-wife's mother when my mother was 8 years old. That's how far our families go back. So I realized that in us getting married, we were childhood friends, although we didn't grow up together. We knew each other. We knew of each other. So we were definitely
what type of friends were you?
We were stage 2.
Right.
We're definitely stage 2 friends. That is funny as all get out. Stage two. No, knew of each other, right? Knew of each other, kind of, and then became stage 3 friends because we dated in high school for a hot second, and we became stage 3 because we got real close in high school. Yeah, we don't want to talk about all that, right? So anyway, so I digress. I'm telling you all this for a reason. Ride with me for a second, guys. Y'all still there? Because ain't nobody chatting about nothing. I don't hear no chats. Just say yes if we still hear Coach. Say, yeah, Coach, we listening. So listen, I'm going somewhere. So here's what I want to say. What I recognized is that I lacked the skill set of figuring out how to nurture a friendship. It wasn't enough to know each other.
Right.
I thought that was enough. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how to grow a friendship. And I think that that's the part of intimacy that our culture has somewhat left us to ourselves. Mm-hmm. And what I want to do over the next couple of weeks is I want to kind of frame up and kind of break that down a little bit and begin to teach it. As we sign off today, here's what I want to leave y'all with today. I honestly believe, and as you and I talk about this, because we're all friends now and we're all good, we have a great co-parenting relationship with my ex-wife and all that we have for 20 years. It's just been amazing, an amazing growth period. I mean, so much so we've written a book about it. That's how amazing it's been. Here's one of the things I want to share with you guys. Sheri and I have figured out how to teach people the nuts and bolts on how to grow something that has become elusive. And I think that it starts with developing something that most of us have missed. And here's where I will leave y'all with, and we're going to start here this week. And that is this. In order to grow intimacy, put this in the chat. It starts with growing the friendship. Put that in the chat. In order to grow intimacy, It starts with growing the friendship. That's the game. It has nothing to do with anything else. If you grow the friendship properly,
right.
if you grow the friendship with great intentionality, I promise you, the intimacy is a byproduct of that. And that's why I think you and I are winning 21 years later.
Right.
I don't think it's because I'm this superhuman, great guy, lover, dude who just know, you know what I mean? I think it's because I knew enough to be able to grow our friendship. I'm a great friend.
Yes. Right.
I think that's, if I had to be so bold as to, I think that and I think that my friends could even say, no, he's a great friend.
Mm-hmm.
Would
Right, and I think that for us, and for those of you guys that follow us, you know that I've been married twice before, and I can honestly say that I did not have the best friendships in those relationships, and that contributed, along with other factors, to those marriages ending. But I think that for us, as I look back over the past 21 years, that's been the thing that's been consistent through good, bad, ugly, everything that we've gone through. That our friendship has been the glue that has held us to be able to, when times got rough, I'm able to look at you as my friend, and we're going to make it through this. I'm able to, whereas I can honestly say in my past relationships, when things got rough, I was ready to roll because it's like, I'm not invested like that because I can take you or leave you, to be honest, because I didn't have a friendship.
Ooh, that's good.
But and I've told you this before, I don't want our friendship, that's what keeps us from, even when we go through, we've only had half a dozen real arguments over the course of 21 years, but that's partially because I'm not trying to ruin our friendship. I'm not going to say anything to you that's going to hurt you to your core that's going to destroy our friendship.
I got you.
Because you're my friend. I can get mad at you, but I'm like, for real, I can't even get mad at you because...
No, I get it.
You're my dude. It's like...
No, I get that.
You getting on my nerves.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Just leave me alone for a minute. I'll be all right.
Right. Go into the next room because I ain't feeling you right now.
But in a minute, let's go grab something to eat.
Let's go get something to eat. Let's figure this out.
Good. I'm not tripping off.
Because that's my friend.
Right.
Does that make sense, guys? And I think that, to be honest with you, babe, and we're going to deal with this, guys, and I want y'all to come back next week and bring a friend, bring somebody, bring someone, bring a significant other, invite somebody back. If you can invite, if you're dating, please bring. If your spouse, if you're in a marriage, please bring your spouse. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I think that we're going about this the wrong way, and not that you're wrong.
Right.
But I think that our perspective has been off. I think that our perspective has been about, I need you to pay attention to me. I need you to love me. I need you to hold my hand. I need you to show me affection. I need you to show me. And we've equated those things with intimacy, and I agree that they are a part of that. But there's something endearing when you said, I ain't trying to mess up our friendship. Now, I don't mean no harm, but that got me choked. Like that part right there.
Right.
I'm saying, whoa. There's something. Deborah says, so true, Sheri, makes so much sense. No, Deb, that messed me up right there because I'm saying, no, I can rock with that because that has nothing to do with anything exterior.
Right. Your friend, you're going to go through whatever y'all go through. Y'all going to go through it. Y'all going to get over it. Y'all might get mad at each other. Y'all might not talk, whatever. But y'all going to always return back to
it's in the friendship where divorce doesn't become an option.
Right. Because if you're friends, right.
It's in the friendship where divorce doesn't become an option.
Right. Because if you're friends, I'm not leaving my friend.
Why would I do that?
I'm mad at you and I'm pissed off, but I ain't going nowhere because we friends.
And
we got to figure this out.
And if you do leave me, I'm coming with you. Because what I'm going to do without you? Y'all get that? Somebody said stalker. Absolutely. Go and get your restraining order situation worked out. Because I'm coming.
Right. And for some of you you're already married, you're in a relationship, and you realize that, your friendship is not as solid as you'd like it to be. It's not too late.
No, it's not.
Start working on building a better friendship.
And that's what we're going. And we're going to talk about that over the next couple of weeks. We're going to talk about Lovey. They don't get it. I know how you and your guy rock. Right. They don't get it. We're going to help them though. We're going to help them. Lovey.
Right. I want to say one thing before we get off, and one thing I just want to say real quick, that oftentimes when you're in relationships, we forget. Because life happens, you forget what it was that drew you to that person in the beginning.
100%.
There had to be something in the beginning. There was some level of friendship in the beginning.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to return back to there and then build on it.
Yeah, no doubt. We're going to give them all that and then some next week. Listen, if you're coming back next week, put me in the chat. If you're coming back next week, put me in the chat. I need to get some commitments now. All my commitment adverse people, I need you to put a me in the daggone chat. IG, don't get off this line without putting a me in the chat. I need to know who coming back next week. I ain't fooling with y'all. I know Thanksgiving is coming. But listen, this is where you need to know this more than anything next week. Now, next week, the friendship has always been the component that made the talk of divorce difficult. Right, I know. Right. Come on, Tori. Tori, come on.
That's the foundation.
Come on, Tori. Is that my girl Javari X-born 7X? I think I might be Javari. Put your government name in the chat on IG, girl. Listen, if you coming back next week, put me in the chat. Don't be playing with me, cause listen, don't nobody pay me to come up in here. I do not get paid.
Up in here?
Yes, I know that don't even sound up in here. So I'm gonna need some commitment. Darn it. This is good. Next week, my man Linwood represent. Look, all my Maps people, put hashtag Maps Rocks in the chat. All my Maps Relationship Academy people, that's what I'm talking about, Javari. That's my Groundation sister. Come on, shout out to my Groundation fam, my Maps fam. That's right. I know that's right. We are loved up in here. I love it. Listen, guys, y'all be good. I done had a great time. We got a ton of coaching to do this morning. Boy, we got it lined up. We got a long morning. Y'all pray for a brother and a sister. We're going to have to find something to do to unplug this afternoon because we got
schoolwork.
You got schoolwork?
I got 5 more weeks. 5 more
Pray
weeks.
for your sister. 5 more weeks.
5 more weeks.
And she is completely done. Bachelor's degree, psychology in hand, walking across the stage. We're going to have the mother of all parties. We're going to be going live for a week and a half straight. I promise you, it's going to be a situation. Look, y'all be good. I'll see y'all next week, 8 a.m., Breakfast with the Brookses. It's going down. Y'all be good. At the end of the day, here's what we know. We all need some help, especially us.
Have a good weekend, guys.